Vanilla Gorilla and Rusty Hog. Thank you both for stopping by today.
My pleasure, my friend.
All right. So, folks, as you know, this is not one of our normal scheduled interview sessions. You see that we do have the Hog, Rusty Hog, and the Gorilla, Vanilla Gorilla, stopping by. Vanilla, can you bring that frame up a little bit? We're getting your nose and your there. Now we got your whole face. There.
Shit. Yeah.
There we go.
That's what
I just want to make sure we're not, getting you from here up looking like you.
There's enough of this particular piece to see. Enough meat. Look at all that meat.
We'll get the wide angle lens to get all of it in there.
Yeah.
Folks, I have asked two of our regulars to stop by Talking While Aiming and have just a chat, just a quick conversation. You all have seen some of our regular episodes. This one will be a little bit different. I've talked to the Hog, I've talked to the Gorilla about their opinions, about their thoughts on this game. I just want to get them here and just talk a little bit about some of the things that are on everybody's mind. So, Hog, Vanilla, you guys ready to rock and roll?
Yes, absolutely, sir. You know it.
All right, let's do it. Let's get this thing started. So, first of all, I love getting these hot takes right off the bat, and I got a feeling that you both will approach this very differently. So I think this is going to be a good one. So, Hog, I'm going to ask you this question first. When you look for a player to bring on your team, what's one quality you look for?
Consistency.
Consistency. Okay, why is that?
Showing up. Half the battle to get a team to a tournament is just getting them there. Not going to lie about it. That's been the biggest thing I've seen over the run and gun season. Saw it on other teams. My team captain said that we were lucky to have them all there. And then in the showdown, it's just hit and miss. Subs play a big part for sure.
So having that consistency, having that team together on a regular basis is absolutely essential. Vanilla, what about you? What's one quality that you're looking for when you're throwing together your team that you want to put out there in the battles?
That is a very good point. Is consistency is a big deal, and having a good ability to schedule. So follow a schedule. But another thing that I look for when I'm trying to pick somebody is just being able to work together. It's one thing for you to be in your own lobby and you don't really have a team set up so you can just go on and do what you want to. But when you're in a tournament setting, you have to be able to work together as a team to produce results. And it's a bigger deal than people think when they're just playing in random lobbies.
So trust, consistency, and a willingness to maybe put ego aside a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Who is the best player playing today? That's for either of you.
Personally, for me, Mr. Perez.
Yeah. Between man, it's a toss-up for me because I play with both of them. Between Omar and Prez, it's very hard to.
Ouch.
Yes, but it's very hard to get over on either of them in most situations.
Yeah, definitely some recent 2v2 action against Omar and Dana. Watch out for that pair.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Well, let me ask you this then: true or false? Omar and Dana are currently the best two-person team out there in a 2-on-2 match.
Without a doubt, in my opinion. I mean, they move together in tandem in ways that inspire me to create moves.
Yeah, they have all the angles.
Interesting. All right. So, if Prez and Omar are the two top players in the game, is it because of the amount they've played, or is it their style and their approach? Because I know they're both in the top percentages for hours played, but they're both excellent at the game.
Both excellent shots for sure.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think just the certain ways that they move and the speed in which they do it. Reaction times are second to none. But the speed and where they go and how they do it is very hard to get a hold of.
When you
Talking
draw a
with
B,
talking with
the
Vanilla
epitome.
Gorilla, who, in addition to having his own strong opinions on this, also played on a tournament team with both of those
Yeah.
players, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Oh wow, awesome.
Yeah. We had a we had a real good thing going, and as far as I know, there may be something in the works for this coming season. We may have something going on where a lot of the former Deja Vu are getting back together and maybe participating in a or many tournaments.
Okay.
That's exciting stuff.
All
Yeah.
right. You heard it here first, folks. Deja Vu coming back together to play in some live tournaments. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, Hog, you and I have talked a couple of times about the changes that need to happen or the evolution of the game. And one of the things
Yeah.
that we talked about a little bit is a new map, or if there was a new map, what kind of map you might like to see. Have you thought at all about what you'd want to see in that map or what style it is? Because there's definitely different approaches to maps. There's when I think of, Sand Bowl or I think of Blizzard, that's kind of got a certain vibe to it.
Yeah.
Black Mage, Container, more of a sniper map. Is there a map that you'd like to see and what kind of style would you like to see it set up for?
First thought occurred to me just now. Maybe some more valleys, kind of like imagine the backstops in Legend, those little
Mhm.
hills that go down. What if you had an actual valley down there where people could kind of hunker down before they even get to the spawn area? So you'd have a little like over across the top shooting as well. People might actually be tempted to try some maneuvers that they might not have otherwise.
Standing. I think personally, I would love to have a warehouse setting where you have like a ring on
Oh,
the outside, like a scaffolding, and then have rows of boxes, kind of a little bit like Arena, but maybe with a little different vibe to it.
that'd be pretty awesome too. I like
Yeah,
that. That sounds cool.
it does sound cool. I think it sounds fun. Vanilla.
Yeah.
Now you were someone who has, when I interviewed you, you mentioned how busy you are. You got a lot of stuff going on. Let me ask you this. You are still considered to be one of the stronger players in the game. How often do you think you need to play on a regular basis to stay sharp, to stay a viable member, to drop in and play tournament and play well?
So what I've been doing lately that I just started doing is going into the shooting range and starting on hard and scored at the shooting range as a warm up. And
Huh.
if I can get above around 900, then I feel like I'm fine and I'm ready and I'm on point and I'm ready to go into a game. So if you go into shooting range and you go to the little where the things are, and if you go in and select, it's like beginner, hard, something or another, free play or something, and then you can do uh I forget what the first one is, but the second one down is scored. And when you select those, it gives you a list of everyone who's the top of the top. I think Prez and by myself actually go back and forth on there, and I think they're both around 1200 range.
Yeah.
Um, I
Wow.
just I can get around like a little over 1,000, and with the accuracy and the time frame. So once I can get those above a certain number, then I decide like, okay, it's time I can go in and
Wow.
actually hit some things instead of having to warm up in a lobby and then going.
Well, what I think you
Hmm.
just explained, in my opinion, is the difference between before you go play in an NBA game, you're going to a structured practice as opposed to a pickup game
Right.
out
Hmm.
at some random gym. So you're
Right.
saying structured approach, dial in with the gun, certain range,
Yep.
certain distance, certain repetition, all to get you where you want to be.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, because I think by myself as someone who Hog knows very well, and I think it
Yeah.
brings up a very good question, and we can circle back to that. What role does the shooting range play in getting someone truly dialed in? I haven't
That
used it as much. You say you use it regularly, and it sounds to me like some of the top players, I think whenever I bring up by myself, he's, even though he's not that highly ranked, thought of as a very strong player.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
so clearly they're using the shooting range correctly. I guess
Mhm.
that begs the question: should we be talking to more people about, hey, if you want to get better, use the shooting range?
If I could just address a little something with that too, stocks. I'm a stock player.
Mm.
I used it to dial in my exact shooting position with the stock. And it really, once I know I'm kind of hitting those targets consistently, I'm dialed in. Now, I don't change it from pistol to rifle either. It has to fit
Mm.
both.
Okay.
Oh,
But yeah, once I'm just pinging away, forget about it. We're dialed in. But I like what Vanilla said about going into the range first. That's on point. I never thought
yeah,
about that, to be honest.
yeah,
Well, I
it,
think it goes back to what you want to do with the game. If you're there for social, it's okay to just jump into a lobby, hang out
Yeah.
with your
yeah,
friends, kill 17, have 9 deaths, call it good.
yeah,
But if you're going in there to, I think when I think of some of those top players, decimate all,
yeah,
then you have to be
Yeah.
tapped in exactly where you want to be with those weaponry. And I think that the shooting range, excellent place to do that.
yeah. And what I've found in the so obviously we're around this is the new year, right? So
Mhm.
around right after Christmas, everybody gets their new meta or whatever, and now it's hard to even get in a lobby at all. And when you do, it's all new people because, like the gym, everybody downloads the free shooting game for their, in their first,
Uh,
new meta experience.
Everybody's on the
So,
treadmill on the first day at the
yeah.
gym. Yeah.
right, right,
Let's get
right.
them steps
So,
in.
by the time you actually get into a match, you need to make it count in my opinion. So, if I'm going in there, I want to stack bodies. And if I'm still figuring out, like, these things are weird a little bit because it seems like every time I turn the machine on, I don't know if it random updates while it's sitting off or what, but sometimes the settings just don't carry over, or when you start the machine, the placement is a little bit different when you start it up Monday versus starting it up Wednesday.
Mhm.
So I like to go into the shooting range and verify where things are,
Uh,
so that when I go in, I'm on point and I'm where I should be. And that's what I've been doing the
Outstanding.
last couple months, about 2 months now.
Very cool. Talking with Rusty Hog, talking with Vanilla Gorilla. This is Northern Savage. This is Talking While Aiming. I've got two folks here that are hell of a players and very free with their opinions.
thank
That's
you.
why I asked them to come on here. We will be right back with more from the Hog, more from the Gorilla right after this. Stay tuned.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, gamers of all shapes, sizes, and colors, we are back with the Vanilla Gorilla and the Rusty Hog, two of the players that are buddies of mine on this game and are hell of a players. Gentlemen, thanks for coming on Talking While Aiming.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
All right. So we've got, we talked a little bit about skills, qualities you look for in a teammate. Now, Vanilla, you have put together teams for tournaments. Hog, you have been on teams for tournaments. So you both talked to me at great length about what you look for in a teammate. Now I'm going to ask you to put together a team, not players, but qualities that you're looking for. What are some things, and again, you can take turns throwing some stuff out there. What are some things you're looking for, style of play, qualities, things you're looking for in a team? What are you looking for to pull things together, Hog?
I'm looking at somebody who pays attention.
Okay.
Very important. When it comes to communicating with each other, that would be another big quality. Um, push to talk is what I rock. I don't know if there's an option to put it just a team talk for the overall mic, but what I'll say is if you're able to do push to talk and can communicate throughout the whole game and also keep your eyes on what's going on to do that, you've already got like one of the biggest qualities I need for sure. And we can build off of that.
Okay, so paying attention, good team talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vanilla, what sort of mental attitude they have in terms of violence? I mean, this is a violent game, and you got people that are killing other people. Are you looking for
Yeah.
those aggressors? Are you looking for a good balance? What are you looking for?
So you definitely need to have aggressive people, and you need to have some cool heads as well. So you need to have some people who sit back and look at a situation and try and analyze and then figure out like, okay, the whole team loves the left. So we're going to
Uh,
focus on picking people off in the left because they have a set line, or they go up the middle and then they branch out. So, when you have somebody who's picking that up and they say, okay, they go up the middle, then branch out left or right. Well, then we know we need to have somebody hidden and placed to take out the middle when they come up to branch out. So,
Mhm.
or you have somebody on the right or left who's watching that turn so that they can catch the people when they're going the opposite way. You can pick them off.
So in now, obviously in combat, there's no
Um,
timeouts. I love it when the
yeah,
kids are like, hey, I was loading my gun. Why'd you shoot me?
yeah.
But in a tournament where we're talking, this is a match, it's scored, it's timed. Is there a time? Is there going to come a time where we need timeouts so people can revise strategies and approaches? Because I mean, you're doing it on the fly during games. What do you guys think? Is that something that needs to happen?
No.
I think sometimes maybe beforehand maybe a little extra time beforehand, because
Mhm.
we can't. I'll put it this way: some people are not in contact as much as you might like. So as long as y'all made it there, maybe just a little time to talk before. Sometimes
Yeah.
there is, sometimes there's not time for that, and that's cool.
Right.
But I think some built-in time would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, well, a lot of times when we go into these matches, they'll put, we're not starting till 6, so you got like a 30-second, 40-second sometime to sit and talk and to listen. I know such and such is going left every single time. Watch out for it. Or I know, they come around from the middle, or they all hide behind that wall. And we discuss in between sessions, we'll have that call out to say, look for this or look for that. And that does help. But like you say, strategies change with the people you're up against. So
Absolutely. And once the
it's
match starts, Mike Tyson said everybody's got a
right,
plan until you get punched in the mouth.
That's
right,
right.
right,
So every plan goes out the window the minute the shooting starts, I think.
right,
So
right.
so I also asked you both to, talking with Vanilla Gorilla, talking with Rusty Hog, talking while aiming, brought in two analysts to go over some trends that we're starting to see here in the game that is AIM XR, and they have not disappointed, gentlemen.
Thank
I
you, sir.
gave you a true false, and you both fired off right away with it. So I thought like maybe I'd give you a couple more. True or false? A team of 4 players at 1,000+ level experience could take on an 8-person team of 150 level and below and at least break even. Your thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
What map would be the easiest to do it on?
Hmm.
Aim.
Oh, yeah, I see where you're going with that, Vanilla. Actually, I
Why?
kind of like where your head's at on that.
Okay, so a 4-on-8 in aim
Yeah.
would be balls out crazy. I'd be worried about the grenade discrepancy. If you've got 8 that are just constantly chucking, I'd worry those 4 would just get blown up before they could do anything.
Well, I mean, if
Yes and no.
Go
if there
ahead, Hawk.
wasn't I mean, I suppose if there was a rule on it, I mean, if there wasn't a rule and
Yeah,
it was just open bars, yeah, I could see where it might happen. But those sharpshooters get out there, you watch out. I mean,
yeah. If they're
I
it at some point you kind of figure out again where their strategies are, that they're going to run to the left every single time, or they're going to sit behind
yeah,
this concrete
box.
pillar, and you
Yeah.
can but
the 150 and below crowd tends to like to repeat quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, but
To
at
add
the
to that.
same time, the 150 and unders don't really chuck the grenades as much as they sit there and try and figure out their gun.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
You
Sometimes
I
they
know,
don't
think
make it out the gate.
I
yeah,
think I could number one, I think I could put together an 8-person 150 level or below team that could beat a 4-person 1,000 level team. If I got to pick the 1,000 level and the 150, I
Yeah.
think I could come up with a team for that. That
Yeah,
being said, 1,000 levels aren't what they used to be. The number of people that have
That's
crossed over
true.
to that have
Yeah.
jumped tremendously.
That's true.
How many players are currently over 1,000?
I think it's about a top 15, top 20
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say 15 at least. Yeah, yeah.
So who is
Currently at 23, actually.
23?
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So who's coming up? Who's at the 800, 900 level that you think is going to be the next 1,000
Oh.
level player that's going to be really, really hard to beat? Because I've got my
El
own thoughts.
Roja. El Roja's moving up. He's climbing fast. He's nipping
Yeah.
at my heels right now.
Yeah, Rojas tough. Robin Hood, I think it's Robin
Oh, yeah,
Hood
forget about it.
44. He's absolutely ridiculous when he comes out and he's playing against you.
He's
One of
very
the
good.
nicest guys, too, no doubt about
Yes,
it.
yeah, he's super cool. I say,
Absolutely.
Robin. He say, oh, sorry, vanilla.
I think Beef is about to cross over. I think
Yeah,
Beef is
Beef's
right
been
there.
killing it too. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So I'm going to throw him out there.
Sir Richard's climbing, too, now.
Yeah, Richard's on it. Yep, yep,
Absolutely. Hell of a player.
yeah.
So let's change gears a little bit, gentlemen, and talk about some of the players that aren't as communicative because they don't speak English. Now, there are tons of players across the globe that play this game. I love looking at the international flags. I'm gonna throw two out that have been regulars that I have played against. I got to play against this guy the other day for an extended period of time, and in terms of backstop, I would put him up there with almost anybody in terms of someone who works that back line. Majizik,
Oh, yeah.
I have to
the
just
guy
play
from
him
Turkey.
today.
Holy
Yeah.
cow, is he good?
He's great.
Yeah,
He
I
was
really-
throwing out quite a bit today, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Well, I yell at him because we're friends and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm like, Majizik, and he's always like, my English not good. I'm sorry. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you're a good player. Like he knows
Yeah.
that I'm yelling at him, but I'm
Yeah.
yelling at him because he's good.
I'm
So
going left. Stop shooting me.
He gets on that back, especially Sandbowl. When he can work that
Yeah.
back line on Sandbowl, that seems to me like
Yeah.
he just
Yeah,
Yeah.
bam, bam, bam. He's getting me every
sweet
corner.
spot for sure.
And then I don't know if he speaks English or not, but he certainly doesn't speak to me. Is Kento Pays? You guys know Kento
Oh,
Pays?
yeah, I
Yep,
love that guy.
Kent,
Yeah,
yep,
good.
yep.
Good people.
Yeah.
Those are my two international players that I don't think speak a lot of English, but deserve to be mentioned just because, man alive, are they good players. Kento Pace just puts up crazy numbers. Like, I'll play with
Oh,
him, and he'll
Always.
be 50, 60 kills. And it's
Yep.
impressive to me. You know, when I'm
Yep.
down in my low 30s and he's pushing
Right.
60, like it's
Yeah.
nothing.
Another one is besides there's a couple girls out there, but they're getting to where they're speaking and they're very good, like Nora and Coffee and Coral
Yeah.
and all of them. But one that I have not gotten him to speak at all, even in his own language, is White Wolf.
Oh,
He's
He's
pretty
from the
good.
Seychelles, I think.
Something like that.
I
And,
played him
uh,
today. He didn't say a word. You're right about that.
He doesn't even say it in his own language. He doesn't speak. But
But a hell of a player. I mean-
can catch
Yeah, no
you
doubt.
off guard quick. Yes.
Absolutely. The White Wolf is coming on strong. I
Yes, he
cannot
is.
fault you for that. Got a great profile picks, and he's put
Yeah.
up some serious numbers lately.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What about you, Hog? Anybody on the international stage you want us to keep an eye on?
I really love the Russian players quite a bit. There's somebody I'm not real sure. It's been a while since I played them, but Belarus 777, I believe, doesn't really speak English too much. But you know, there's a lot of wonderful people out there for sure. It's hard to choose just one.
Yeah.
I was in a lobby the other day with, I mean, it had to have been at least 6 or 7 Russians. And I mean, they would, you know, just full on conversation. Every once you hear Savage, you know, like that every once in a while.
Yeah, one person I never
those
hear
guys,
speak.
what's that?
One person I never hear speak either, though, is Ansel.
Oh yeah.
Ansel 33, yeah.
Ansel never talks.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the nicest person. Always karma back, all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. Just
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Great players out there, and you don't always have to give karma in order for me to think that, you're a good player, you're a good person. I try to
Right.
give karma out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of these players don't, and that's fine. But yeah,
Yeah,
every one of
absolutely.
those you've named, hell, great players in their own right.
Yeah.
Talking with Vanilla Gorilla, talking with Rusty Hog. Apparently we'll call this the zoo edition because we've got, these crazy animals running around,
I hate to
gentlemen.
say, but I think Vanilla wins.
People would be more likely to go see a Vanilla Gorilla than a hog. I would probably have
Yeah,
to give you
I
that.
think you're right.
Let's talk about what you like best about the game and where you see it going. We can, I have lists of questions and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's just fun just to talk to some players that know what they're all about. What's going to happen in the new year with this game? What's going to be 2026 and AMXR's big events? Gentlemen, what do you
Well,
got?
There's some newbies for sure. There's a newbies tournament that's formed. I'm not exactly sure what's all going on with that, but it's available in in the showdown that I'm part of, and I know that there's quite a few that are going to be excited about that. I know there's a lot of huge talent there. Like you say, top 23 list of 1,000, and the scoreboard's not getting any easier to join. And at this point, if I'm looking at anybody off the scoreboard, that talent pool is so huge already now. We got 500s all the way down to 150s, like you were saying earlier. Just keeping your eyes out, keeping sharp. You always got to rise against the competition for sure, rise above it. So.
Vanilla, what do you got? What do you think's happening in the new year?
So, I it's similar, the new crowd is expansive. Like, I mean, I've only been playing this for a little while, but in the time that I've played, when I first joined, I don't really think the crowd was as big as it is currently. And then, like I said, the Christmas era this year, it seems like, man, it flooded the maps with new people. And there were a handful playing against some of these kids with a single digit number, and they're actually doing, like, it's like, damn, I can't believe it. Kids are like he was pretty good, and then,
Yeah.
I trying to talk to him, like, like, man, I think you're pretty good. You should stick with this. This is turning into a thing. You can get into some of these tournaments, and they're like, there's tournaments in this? Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, how do I get in? Okay, well, hold on.
Yeah,
Talking to the right people.
You got to keep working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You raise a good question or a good point, which is some of the players at our level, and I'm going to say our level, even though
Yeah.
none of us are at the top of the leaderboard, we
Right.
have to be ambassadors for the game when we
Yeah.
are in those lobbies, and we get a good shot from somebody. Hey, just like you said, nice shot, nice kill, stick with it. I've heard
Yeah.
kids say, "Oh, this game's like I can't reload." Stick with it. You got to keep trying.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I also think we have to serve as the proper role models
Hmm.
for when people start running their mouths, saying
Oh, yeah.
inappropriate things. I think that can also be a real challenge. I was struggling with that because I was in a lobby with a lot of my friends, and there was one person in there that was really kind of spiking the vibe,
Yeah.
and it hurt the overall feel of the game.
I'm with you, Savage. I've really been feeling that social responsibility, especially at this age. And I don't want to do nothing less than be encouraging to the younger players that are respectful and all that. I know we have to have boundaries as well, but I tend to follow those players for two reasons. For one, hey, if it makes your day that maybe some higher level player lets you follow them, then that's one small thing I can do for sure. It doesn't
Right.
hurt me none. But they have to be respectful, like you said. We'll encourage those players because I don't want them just joining random lobbies with me and then kind of getting everybody else worked up. If
Right.
they're not the kind of character we.
And I think as we bring on these players, these 100,
Yeah.
200 climb up, they're going to keep pushing those higher level folks, and either it's going to be we keep growing this game, or some of those higher level folks are going to have to drop off. So I love the fact that we have some up and coming challengers
Yeah.
coming through the ranks. So
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's the last thing I'll ask is, are there any up and coming players that you got fearful of that you're like, oh my gosh, they're just they're too good? Because Lord knows there's a lot of them lately.
Well, you and me just played one the other day, Northern. Meatloaf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a very high level player, right? Wasn't it like
I want to say maybe 300s,
okay, all right, that's higher than I thought,
but like never heard of him
Mhm.
for that day.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, friend immediately, no doubt. Follow you.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely some great
Yeah.
players coming up through the ranks. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you taking a little time out of this is actually New Year's Day that we're shooting this. I'm sure that there is, college football coming on pretty soon, but I appreciate you both taking some time out of your day to catch up. And yeah, this is going to come out as soon as I get done editing it. This is not part of our regular release. This is just
Oh, cool.
the Savage talking with a couple of his buddies about the game. So we'll throw
Cool.
this out there as soon as we can. Okay.
Awesome.
Sounds great.
Yeah, man.
Hey, folks, you have been part of the first ESPN style TWA. No interviews, just shooting the bull with a couple of high level players. This has been Northern Savage talking while aiming. Stick around. We're going to do more of these as we can. We'll be bringing in other great guests to talk to. We'll hopefully have the Hog and Vanilla Gorilla back as well. Gentlemen, thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure.
Anytime, Savage. See you out
Okay.
there.
Hey guys, Northern Savage here. If you made it this far, then obviously you like the content. Please smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep building up those content lists and doing all the fun stuff you like us to do. So, hey, smash that, do that thing that you're supposed to do. I don't know. I'm still figuring all this stuff out, but thanks.